Hey guys, this is Marina, and you're watching the monthly forecast for Scorpio for the period between the 21st of June until the 21st of July. On the 21st of June, we have both the Sun and Mercury entering Cancer at the same time and your ninth house. And basically, the Sun will stay in ninth house during this whole month. And this is a very big shift for you because during the previous month the Sun was in your 8th house, so it might have been related with some kind of difficult emotional experiences, or a more introverted phase, or sometimes even possible fears or something like that. But now that the Sun enters your 9th house, this is a huge shift, because the ninth house is one of the most positive in the horoscope. It's a very optimistic, very positive house, and that's why you should feel very clear the difference between these 2 months. And of course it should be in a very positive way. And ninth house is actually about focusing on the future. It's about thinking what are you dreaming of, what you would like to achieve in the future, setting some kind of goals, but these goals are long-term goals. So, for example, how you see yourself in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, something like that. And now is the time when you can figure that out. Now is the time to define, that's what I want and that's what I will chase. And this is my, the final destination. And this is especially positive time. Also for some kind of education, for example, learning new information, especially for high education, or some kind of exams. This can be a great period for you. And of course we have not only the Sun but Mercury, and Mercury is also a planet related with learning and information. And when it enters your 9th house, there is a positive combination, so you can plan all of this stuff, because Mercury is more about planning the small things. So you can plan the small things which can lead you to the final destination, to your final goal. And for exams, for education, this can also be a very productive time. Another area which ninth house represents is everything which includes traveling. So traveling to distant places, getting in touch with another culture, learning about the life of other people. So this is a great time if you are planning some kind of trip, or going somewhere, communicating with different people. This can bring you a lot of positive experiences and actually can teach you on a lot of things. But we should also mention that the Sun and Mercury will join Mars. Mars is also in Cancer in your 9th house, and this can be interesting combination. From one side, it can make you so active, so willing to achieve these goals, to put a lot of physical efforts, to be really inspired, but not only about dreaming but also about achieving these goals. However, when we talk about Mars, there is always the risk of some kind of conflict, of some kind of confrontations, some kind of tension. So be prepared that this area is possible to bring some kind of tension. So for example, if you're traveling, there might be a lot of things happening during this traveling, and some kind of tension you can experience from that. But for example, traveling to somewhere where, for example, some kind of trip in the mountain where you need to walk a lot, or to climb, or, to practice some kind of sport, this can be a very, very positive time with the Sun and Mars conjunct in your 9th house. And after that, we have also on the 23rd of June, a new moon in Cancer in your 9th house. And this is an extremely positive time when you can literally set up your goals. So it doesn't matter that it's not January, it's not the beginning of the year. For you, this is the best time just to sit down and write your goals. Because each new moon provides us the opportunity to start some new things, to grow something, to put the beginning of something. But when it is also in your 9th house, you can literally set up your goals, and it's like some kind of positive programming for the future, what you would like to achieve, how you see yourself. So my advice is just to sit down, to relax, and let the things that you would like to to manifest in your life, to allow them. You can after that start something concrete in order to achieve these goals. Or for example, for somebody who would like to move somewhere, to travel somewhere, to relocate, or to start a new education, especially high education, or all kind of knowledge, this is an extremely positive time for you. The other aspect that we have, actually this is an ingression, not exactly aspect, but on the 5th of July, Venus enters Gemini and your 8th house. So what this transit is good for, this ingression, is everything which includes finances. So now is the time when you can take some decisions, there can be some kind of improvement, because Venus is a beneficial planet. And it can improve your financial situation, especially money coming from other people. So it can either be from your clients, or from your partner, or from some kind of investors. It doesn't matter. It depends on, of course, the scale that you work with. However, Venus in 8th house can bring these positive changes in terms of finances. In terms of relationships and emotional experiences, this is not such a beneficial, or at least not such a easy transit. However, it's a time when you can transform something emotionally, work with some kind of emotional trauma, or something that you need to clean up from yourself. So for example, some old emotions might appear, something from the past, some kind of trauma that you have been through, or a betrayal, or whatever it is. And now you can transform these emotions, even if it's some kind of, there might be some kind of pain, but you can release that and leave it in the past. So from that perspective, this can also be a beneficial position. And then we have on the 6th of July, Mercury entering Leo and your 10th house. And this is a great transit for your career, for your work, and especially for, working with information and communicating more with people. You can receive, a lot of valuable information that you can use in your work. Also, you can use this transit for signing new contracts, for negotiating with others, and you may really attract more the attention of other people, because Leo is actually a sign that, is related with attracting attention, with being noticed by others. So when Mercury is in Leo and 10th house, this is a great combination to step aside and, to share your ideas, what you think, publicly with others, especially with some kind of managers, or people on a higher position than you, or authority figures. It doesn't matter. It's great actually to share your ideas during this time. Also, as we said, for signing contracts, some kind of business trips are beneficial, or just having some kind of new ideas in terms of career and work. All of these activities can be supported for right now. And then we have on the 9th of July a full moon in Capricorn and Cancer. So the moon is in Capricorn in your 3rd house, and the sun is in Cancer in your 9th house. And as usual, when we have a full moon, we have two opposing signs which are activated, and two opposing houses, of course, in your horoscope. So there can be some kind of conflict, or a need to find the balance between these two areas. However, you can also achieve some kind of material results in the area of these houses. So third house and ninth house are everything which includes traveling, education, information, and you can achieve some kind of material result in this area. For example, traveling to somewhere, or receiving some kind of documents, for example, if that's what you have needed, like, visa or something like that, documents that you have waited, you can get that right now. Also, you can make some kind of change, and the change is represented or manifested in the house where the moon falls. And the moon falling in third house suggests that you may need to change a little bit your daily life, your daily routines, what you do, the small things that you do in order to achieve your final goals, which are defined by ninth house. So being more present, or focusing on some practical stuff that you need to learn. Third house is about learning, but learning things that you can implement right now, that are practical, and it's clear what you get from this information or education. So working on these topics can be very beneficial for you. After that, we have Mars entering Leo on the 20th of July. And basically, during this whole month that we are talking about, so from the 21st of June until the 20th of July, Mars is in ninth house. So the main activeness is related with your goals, with, everything that we just mentioned. However, in the end of this period, on the 20th, the Mars enters 10th house, and it will influence actually the upcoming month, but we can be prepared from now by knowing that it will be a very strong activation of your career and work. So there can be some kind of, the need to take fast decisions, to undertake concrete steps. Some tension is possible as well, or, even confrontations with authority figures, with managers or people on a higher position. However, you may really feel a strong boost of your energy in terms of taking concrete actions. So, for example, people who would like to do something independently in their career, they can really benefit from Mars in 10th house. And of course, in the next monthly forecast, we are going to discuss in details what the month is going to bring to you. But from now, you can just prepare yourself that career and work will be really important after the 20th of July. So I believe these were the most important astrological indications. Thank you for watching. And if you're still not a member of Mars Stars Club, I will invite you to join us if you would like, of course, because members receive the forecasts exclusively a few days before they're officially published on their email. So if you would like, you're welcome to join us. I will put the link in the description below. And of course, if you have some kind of questions or comments, leave them below as well, and I will be happy to answer as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.